everyone, and welcome back to the F2 show by Inside F2. We're 5 rounds into the Formula 2 season, and we're very fortunate to be joined again by AIX racing driver Josh Dürksen. Josh, first of all, how are you, my friend? And where in the world are you right now?
Hi Fraser, nice to be here again. Thank you very much. Yeah, I actually just arrived now in Germany, going to the workshop for my team, so it just caught me here in the hotel.
Good stuff. And we're obviously going to be talking about the podium in Imola. I can't not speak to you about that. We're going to be talking about the team as well, how the team's doing. And you're going to be answering questions from the fans as we go through. So, yeah, looking forward to that. First of all, can you give me one word to describe your Formula 2 season or your Formula 2 experience so far?
So with one word, I would say just crazy. I think that's the word for me. Crazy or unexpected. So I think that would resume the whole season at the moment for me.
Definitely, yeah. We're going to get onto that, very soon. We spoke pre-season, obviously, and you said that you were super excited. You said that you were buzzing to get going with the season. So, has it lived up to expectations so far?
Well, yeah, to be honest, yes. I mean, at the moment, my target was just to adapt myself, to learn about the car, and just slowly get into the rhythm. But I guess this slowly getting into the rhythm went a bit quicker than expected. So getting the podium already, which was really cool. So of course the season is getting or is being better than what I thought at the beginning. So that's for sure nice.
Definitely, and I'm sure the fans would agree with that as well. If I'd have told you at the start of the season you'd be ahead of Victor Martins in the standings after 5 rounds, that's no disrespect to Victor Martins, by the way. We obviously know he's a great driver and he's had a struggle or a difficult start to the season. But yeah, if I'd have told you that after 5 rounds, you'd have been buzzing with that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not sure if I would believe you straight away because of course Victor is a really really good driver and to be in front of him on my rookie year, of course, I wouldn't expect that. So yeah, like sadly he's struggling a bit, but we all know that he's a really great driver, and I'm pretty sure he will come back really strong now for the next rounds.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about your season then. So talk to me about the first 3 rounds of the season, obviously Bahrain, Jeddah and Melbourne. Lots of learnings there, I guess. You started, reasonably steady, was on the pace from the get-go. But talk to me about your experience of those 3 rounds.
Well, yeah, those 3 rounds were a lot of just learning experiences because basically those 3 tracks were 100% new to me. Bahrain, we just had the preseason testing, so of course Bahrain helps a bit to know the track from for the free practice. But the rest, Jeddah and Australia, was of course brand new for me. So I had no experience there. I had only one free practice with 6 laps, if lucky, and then you go straight away to quali. So of course it's very little running and a lot of learning you have to do in such a little time to be actually on the rhythm and on the limit, So of course those rounds were a lot of learning, just basically me, how do you say, coming into a rhythm, learning the tracks, the car, the work, like the work method, the team uses, stuff like this. So it's just purely adaptation and of course trying to learn as much as possible.
How was that first qualifying session in Bahrain? Obviously, you don't. I know you had a pre-season test, but you don't get long in practice on a race weekend, do you? How was it going straight into qualifying and full send in qualifying?
That was a crazy experience, like in that moment I was realizing, wow, I'm on a qualifying of Formula 2 now, I was like, wow, that's crazy, isn't it? And so I really just enjoyed every second of it because I knew like this is crazy, driving Formula 2. So I just went out there giving my best and of course just enjoying it as much as possible, this unique experience.
What do you think your biggest learning was from the first 3 rounds of the season when we had that gap in between Melbourne and Imola? How did you reflect on your start to the season?
Huh. My biggest learning, I think my biggest learning was, oh, that's a good question. I didn't think about that. Um, but I guess my biggest learning was just focus on myself, like focus on my work, focus on what I'm capable of doing and not really looking a lot externally, not looking about any other comments from other people outside or stuff like that, or this external pressure. Just focusing on myself, on learning, on just getting there. I think that was the biggest learning I had in the moment. And of course, if I look back now, until now, I think my Formula 2 championship start was quite good. I mean, from the Bahrain race, I finished, I think I finished like P13 or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't remember really well anymore. But I remember I was not far away from the points. And then in Jeddah as well. Actually, in Jeddah, I scored, let's say, my first points on track. Not
Yeah.
on paper, but on track, yes. Which was also really crazy. My second round being on the top 10 already, on P9.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool. And in Australia as well, we were constantly there fighting for the top 10, like P10, P9. I felt it would come. Sadly, I had a crash with Zach, which ended my race, but I was pretty sure I was getting my first points there. So actually, it was quite promising. And then coming now to Imola, the performance was just great. Like in quali P5, and then on the race P3. That was crazy, like you can just see the development and the progress that the team is doing. And so yeah, at the moment I'm really happy with how the season is going.
Yeah, let's talk about Imola then. So the momentum's building in the first 3 rounds of the season, and then we get to Imola, and you're the first driver from Paraguay to stand on a Formula One or a podium on a Formula One race weekend. Yeah, if I'd have told you that pre-season when we spoke at the start of the season, would you have believed me if I told you that?
It would be hard to believe, to be honest, because wow, like on my fourth round being on a future race podium, wow, that would be crazy to believe. So that's why this is just crazy how the season is going. So many unexpected things are happening. And it's just crazy because I can just see how the team is evolving, how I am evolving with my driving, and how the results are coming. So this is just crazy, and of course we want to keep the momentum. And so yeah, if I get a win this year, I think now I would start to believe you, because how the team is developing, how we are working, it's just being great. So if a win is coming this season, I could believe that.
Yeah, I've got a few questions shortly to ask you about the team, but just on Imola, I believe you spoke to the president after the race. Is that right? What did he have to say?
Oh yeah, I spoke with the president. We did a little video call, and that was just really a privilege, to share with him my podium. He was just really happy. He just said he was really proud, really happy with me, with all the work I've done until now. And he was supporting me. He was watching actually the race. So before I called him, he already congratulated me on WhatsApp. So yeah, he's supporting me a lot, and of course that's something very special. Like the president of my country is supporting me. He knows who I am. He knows what I'm doing, and he's supporting me. So that's just a really special feeling.
And he's messaging you on WhatsApp. You're just casually WhatsApping the president of your country, right?
Yeah,
That's got to be pretty crazy.
yeah. Every time I see a message of him, a big smile comes into my face. So that's always really nice.
I love that. That's a great story. I like that. Okay, what's changed then? So from the start of the season, the first 3 rounds to Imola, obviously not only you getting a podium in Imola, but Taylor having a win in Monaco as well. What has changed? Is that an evolution of the team, or has nothing changed? Is it just that it was always coming and that it's just happened in Imola and Monaco?
Well, yeah, I think the team is just working really hard. Like. With a new team, we have a fresh air, let's say, like it's like a new beginning, new start. And of course the team is just working really hard, and they're just learning more, progressing more, like we all together basically. Yeah, we as drivers and also the team. So it's just the whole thing, we're just working so well together. It just fits together, and which is of course nice. So we can go to the same direction and just progress round after round. And I think, of course, that helped a lot to get this very good results this early in the season. Like a podium and already a victory for the team on Monaco. So that's just great.
Absolutely, and of all places to win, Monaco's got to be, the one for the team, right? So no, that's awesome. Obviously, AIX Investments have taken over the team. That happened between Melbourne and Imola. Talk to me about how you were first made aware of that takeover, and what have the changes been in the team?
Well, yeah. So basically, the team owner changed, and AIX Racing, the guys from AIX Investment, are coming with full new energy, with a lot of motivation, and just a lot of positive energy. And I think, of course, this helped a lot as well, like to improve this, like to improve the results, to improve everything. And just they're really great people, and I think they, of course, helped us a lot to get these results. And yeah, we just how did they tell me? I think we had a meeting overall, like the whole team together, where they announced this, and I don't remember where it was, but I remember they just we had a dinner together, and they announced it, and of course we were all really really excited for the new chapter.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you feel? It was there a bit of apprehension, a bit of nerves about the fact that the team's being taken over, or was it pure excitement? I mean, you never know what's going to happen when new owners take over a team, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. You never know what's gonna happen. But actually, we were pretty excited, to be honest, because you could feel immediately the energy these guys have, these people have, and of course, then you get immediately the feeling, okay, this will be something good. So I think there was never a doubt, really.
Love that, and hopefully that continues for the rest of the season as well. We got a few questions from fans. As I said, the fans have been in contact on our Discord channel, on our social media channels at Inside F2. So I'm going to ask some of those questions. So we've got NA817861. Well, you get the picture. On our Twitter, asks, what was the jump from FRACA to Formula 2 like? Was it bigger than you expected? And are you finding your feet quickly?
Well, yeah, how was the jump? If it was bigger than expected, I don't think so. I think the jump was as big as I thought it would be. Of course, it was a big jump. I knew that, but it was not bigger than what I expected. Like basically, I just had to adapt to the speeds. The driving style was not a lot different compared to the Freca, which of course helps a lot. But just the overall grip you have, the speeds you can take through the corners, that was something that took me a bit more of time. But the rest was quite good, to be honest. I adapted quite quickly. Of course, the more mileage you do, the better knowledge you will have of the car, the better feeling you will get of the car. But it was not that I struggled a lot, to be honest. I remember even a post-season test. I think on the quali rounds I was already top 10, and on the last day I was P3. So uh, it showed that I could adapt quite quickly to the car. Of course, the fine tuning is the bit that takes longer, because this fine tuning you just get with more experience in the car to get the last hundreds out of the car. But the initial one was fine, to be honest. I could adapt quite quickly, and I think that's something also that I did during my whole career. Adapt quite quickly to any condition I had to drive. So yeah, for me it was quite fine, and I just loved the step.
Yeah. You've obviously made the same jump from FRECA to Formula 2 as Kimi Antonelli. Have you spoken to Kimi about have you exchanged notes about the jumping from FRECA to Formula 2?
Well, sadly, I didn't have the chance yet to talk to Kimi about this jump.
It's
It
quite a
would be
busy
nice.
man.
Yeah, he's a busy man, so sadly I didn't have the chance. But I would love to talk with him about this big jump soon.
How did you feel when obviously you're on the last few laps in the podium positions for Imola and it's Kimi behind you? How did that make you feel?
It's great, because Kimi, of course, he's a really great driver, and of course it's Imola, and he knows Imola pretty well. He just drove Formula One there 2 weeks ago, I think, before the weekend.
Yeah.
So he was coming with a fresh feeling, and just being in front of him was really really cool, and having the pace, and on the last 3 laps of course, my mind wanted to think already about the podium, like, oh, how cool it will be standing on the podium. But at the same time, I had to say myself, no, focus. The race is not finished yet.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. So let's finish first and then celebrate. But it was, of course, a really cool experience, like to be able to manage the gap with Kimi during the whole race and having this good pace.
Yeah, definitely. Keep looking forward. Keep looking forward.
Exactly. Exactly.
Rachel on our Inside F2 Discord community asks, what does it mean to you to be the first Paraguayan in Formula 2? Has it been more pride or pressure?
Oh, what does it mean? Of course, it's something really special, like to be the first one to drive in F2 and now the first one to get a podium in Formula 2 and having the full support of the country behind is always great. It's an honor for me. It's a privilege to get the support and also even to drive Formula 2. Only the fact of driving Formula 2 is a big privilege, and it's even more having the whole country behind you. If it's pressure or pride, I would say it's both at the same time. It's like, because it's like, if I think about it, it's like, wow, this is crazy, like having the whole support of the country and driving in F2, but at the same time you get like this pressure of like, wow, the whole country is supporting me and I want to give them the best, like they want me to do good as well. So I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. It's more or less like at the same time. So it's a bit of a strange feeling, let's say.
I've seen on our Inside F2's social media and on our channels and our communities that the number of Paraguayan people from Paraguay who are supporting you, it is incredible. Like the amount of people from Paraguay who are now following us and getting involved in the conversation. Is that overwhelming? I mean, obviously, that's just on our channels, let alone for you on your channel. So is that overwhelming at times?
Yeah, it's crazy the support of the people. Like also if I see sometimes the posts of the Formula 2 page and you see the comments, sometimes I just see pure Paraguayan flags. Just it's just crazy, to be honest. But
We
I
had
love
it
the
on our
support.
YouTube after your podium in Imola. We had it in our YouTube comments as well, just Paraguayan flags in the comments.
Yeah, no, Paraguayan people are crazy. Like these fans are big fans, big supporters, and it's I just love it. I just love to see it, like because it helps a lot,
Yeah,
especially if you see any negative comment, then you see so many positive comments, then you're happy again. Let's say so.
yeah,
It helps a lot, and it's just yeah, it's
yeah.
just crazy, just crazy. This amount of boost and this amount of how to say? I forgot the word. Support I get from the people.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see it again, guys. I want to see as many Paraguay flags in the comments as we can get. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Aaron on our Inside F2 Discord community as well asked, what have you found easiest and what have you found hardest in Formula 2 so far?
What have I found easiest? Far.
How's the paddock? Is it quite easy to get on with the guys in F2? Are the other drivers pretty sound to get on with?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I didn't drive with all the drivers, so I don't have a lot of relationship with the drivers. Let's say so many drivers don't know me, so of course it takes a bit of time to get like a friendship there. But the easiest thing in Formula 2, I would say, wow, yeah, that's a good question. I will start with the hardest because I think this one is quite easy. Like for me, it's just to be on pace on lap one and not crash the car.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
Monaco or Jeddah, for example, you have only 5 laps on free practice and you have to send it and know where the limit is and not crash the car. That's a fine line. So
yeah.
I think that's the most difficult part. The easiest part, oh, you got me, really, you got me there. Because nothing is quite easy enough to. Everything is
Nothing's easy.
hard.
Yeah, it's
You
not
have
meant to be
to,
easy, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, you have to work quite hard to get everything there. But the easiest, I would say, maybe just enjoying it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the easiest part, just because it's such an incredible experience. So to enjoy it, I think that's the easiest part of F2.
Yeah, definitely. How was your neck after Jeddah, by the way?
Yeah, quite broken, I would say. No, I'm not gonna lie, it was quite tough. So my neck and my whole body was quite broken after that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Qatar later on in the season might be a tough one as
Yeah,
well,
I'm
right?
getting ready for that. That will be a big one.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Zoe on our Discord asks, after taking the first podium, the team's first podium, and Taylor following up with a win in Monaco, do you think a win could be coming your way soon?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Because I'm pretty sure we can get it because me and Taylor were quite on the same pace. So if he could manage that on Monaco, I for sure could do as well. I just sadly had a poor qualifying in Monaco, a bit of unluck. I was on the first group, so a bit of dirtier track, and yeah, I had no feedback from my teammate on how the track was. But Taylor, of course, he's a great driver. He did a very good job, and I think this win can come soon for sure. Um, would be nice if I can get it on the next round in Barcelona. I mean, the earlier the better, of course, but I'm pretty sure I can get it on this year because yeah, Taylor is an extreme good driver, and I'm learning a lot of him as well. And if we keep going like this with the team, improving as well, like if we work all together like this, I'm pretty sure the win can come this year.
Talk to me about your relationship with Taylor. How is that relationship developing, and what have you learnt from him?
Well, yeah, our relationship is pretty good to be honest. From day one, and even before. I mean, we knew us a little bit already before, but the relationship was pretty good. Like we don't have any issues, and we understand each other pretty well. And what I learned from him, of course, is how he works, how he sees the things. Also, like on the car, on the team, and just how he is. You know, I'm learning off that, and how he's driving, of course, his driving style. So there's a lot to learn, you know, because every person is different. Every person has a different, how to say, like a different perspective. So of course, I can learn from all of this.
Definitely. Han underscore Skeepers, I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong, on Instagram has asked, what's been your favourite race in any category other than your Formula 2 podium in Imola?
Wow. Favorite race apart of Formula 2 Imola? Wow, this is difficult. Um,
Was there any races in Freca that stood out?
yes, I had in Freca many in F4 as well.
Yeah,
From Freca, I would say it was my Zandvoort race where
yeah,
I started 24, I think, or 26, and I finished seventh on the
yeah.
rain.
hmm
So that was a pretty mega one.
I remember
Formula
watching
4,
that. They were
sorry?
tough. I remember watching that, and they were tough conditions as well.
Yeah. That was really tricky. On the rain, it's really tricky, and in Zandvoort as well. So that was pretty cool. Also, Formula 4, I would say, wow, maybe my win in Mugello, Formula
Mhm.
4 Mugello. Mugello is a track I love, and winning there was quite cool. And if I can say another one from F2, which is not Imola, Jeddah, I think my P9 was pretty
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
one
yeah.
was really cool.
Mugello is such a cool track, man. If there was one track that you could put on the Formula 2 calendar which isn't on the calendar at the moment, what would it be?
A track which is not in the calendar, what would it be?
Mugello's got to be up there, right?
Yes, Mugello's gonna be up there for sure. I'm thinking about crazy tracks. I have some options. I would say Mugello.
hmm
I would say um, Istanbul.
Yeah. Oh
I would,
yeah.
and this is really crazy. I'm not sure. This is really crazy, but maybe Macau. That would be really cool to have
Macau.
in
Yeah, that'd
F2.
be
I don't know. I mean, that's of course. I don't think it will happen, but it would be really cool to have.
definitely that would be cool, wouldn't it? Nice. Okay. And the final question is from FIA F2 Goated on Twitter, who asks, "What's your opinion on the series commentator Alex Jakes?"
No, he's really cool. I really love how he commentates. I've seen him. I've heard him many years ago, and it's really cool. I really like him, and also when he speaks about me, I'm like, wow, he's speaking about me. Like, wow, he knows me now. So no, I really love him.
Have you met him in the paddock at all, or?
No, I've never met him in real life.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe at some point in the future you'll bump into him and have a chat with him. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Josh, listen, it's been great to talk to you as always. Just before we go, do you have a message out there for your fans?
Message from my fans. So first of all, get as many Paraguayan flags as possible in the comment section.
I love that.
That's number one. And the number two, just big thank you for the big support during the whole season, during the podium, during the bad moments. And my fans are just rocking it, and I just love them all.
You do have the best fans in Formula 2, in my opinion, definitely. So shout out to them. Love it. Well, Josh, listen, it's been great to have you on the podcast again. From all of us at Inside F2, we'd like to wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season.
No, thank you, Fraser. Thank you for the invitation. It was great talking to you.
Take care.